Hello all, this is Dr. Shilpi Reddy and today we're going to discuss about 5 body signs of major nutritional deficiencies. And now, whenever there is a nutritional deficiency in your body, definitely it will show you some symptoms and signs of that deficiency so that you recognize them and you take the necessary action. Some of these signs are very drastic in terms of representation, and you need to act immediately according to what you see. For example, now severe hair loss. This is a very common problem that women and even men have to face every day in and day out. So why do you have hair loss? It can be because of the nutritional deficiencies that are there in your body, especially iron deficiency, folic acid deficiency. That is an integral part of the hair and integral part of the strength that is given to the hair. Hair follicles are a hair follicle is a place where rapid growth is happening, and the hair length and the form and texture and the strength depends on your body integrity and the health that is there in your body. If your iron stores are low, if your hemoglobin level is low, if your folic acid level is low, then definitely it means that you can have hair loss. And now this hair loss can be seen very clearly when you get up from your bed and you see the pillow full of hair, and when you're taking your bath, your washroom is full of your hair. When you're combing your hair, the comb itself is having so much of hair. So hair loss is something that is very much predictable, the reason very much predictable, and you should be taking care of your iron stores, iron supplements, your folic acid supplements, and also very importantly protein intake. If your protein intake is low, your hemoglobin levels will never rise, and if your hemoglobin levels don't rise, if your iron levels are low, if your folic acid levels are low along with the protein deficiency, your hair loss will never get stopped. In spite of putting any amount of medication or any amount of local application, your hair loss will not resolve until and unless your body is strengthened from inside with good diet and nutrition. It is also important to take care of your sleep pattern and your stress levels also for good hair growth along with your vitamin intake. And exercise also improves the blood supply into the body and also improves the it decreases the hair loss pattern. It is very important to recognize these symptoms and signs at the earliest and take care of them. The second most common symptom that we have is the burning in the tongue or burning in the palms and soles, and certain burning sensations in the body. These typically depict B12 deficiency, and B12 is a vitamin that is abundantly available in the non-vegetarian sources but lesser available in the vegetarian sources. So that again makes vegetarian people more susceptible for B12 deficiency. Not only that, B12 is a vitamin that can be deficiently absorbed in the body because of the body mechanism itself. Certain group of people do not absorb B12 orally. So that means n number of vitamin intake, if you take B12 vitamin orally, doesn't get absorbed, other than the food sources also not being absorbed. So in such situations, injectable vitamin B12 is also given. But for somebody whose absorption capacity is good, then it should be very much, you should identify the problem wherever it is been represented and treat it with diet supplementation wherever possible. And if diet is not having good source of B12, then definitely you can give them B12 supplements in the form of tablets or in the form of injectables depending on their body. But B12 is a vitamin that is abundantly available with good nutritional intake. And certain fermented products also have good B12 in them. So for vegetarian people, it can be a boon to have those kind of things. And always recognize symptoms and treat them accordingly for good outcomes. And now another major symptom that women do face on a very daily basis is bone pains. Bone pains and joint pains, whether it is small joint pains or big joint pains or the major joint pains or backache, all these things represent low vitamin D. So bone pains and joint pains can be one of the feature of vitamin D deficiency, which everybody is diligently deficient in right in the current scenario, because the actual vitamin D synthesis happens when you're exposed to good amount of sunlight, and sunlight between 10 and 4 p.m. and adequate exposure should be there at least 2 to 4 hours, and which is not practically possible for women or men who are working indoors and who are office goers and who do not have exposure to sun, especially with full clothing on again. So it is very important in such situations to identify vitamin D deficiency, especially when you have symptoms of bone pains and joint pains and body pains and all that, and then take care of that vitamin intake on a regular basis. And it's very tricky that vitamin D absorbs when there is fat in the food and does not absorb if you just take it like that. So fat is very important as an integral part to absorb vitamin D, and there should be healthy bacteria inside the gut to make sure that vitamin K producing bacteria to facilitate its absorption into the body. So again, it is so very twisty to give vitamin D supplements orally, and some people cannot absorb oral supplements also if this mechanism is blocked. And that is why injectable vitamin Ds are also available for critical situations and chronic deficiencies. You can look into that option, and on a regular basis you should be maybe holidaying in sun or exposing yourself to sun adequately for charging up the body with vitamin D levels, because vitamin D is a vitamin that is absorbed and it is there in the form of stores in your body for further usage. And nowadays vitamin D deficiency also manifests not only with bone pains and body pains. It can be malabsorption syndromes, it can be diabetes, it can be depression, it can be several other manifesting factors with a lot of vitamin and hormone deficiencies along with vitamin D deficiency. So it is very important to recognize the symptoms and take the necessary actions. And the most commonly that we see is, whenever you get hurt or whenever there is a trauma, delay in wound healing is also there. So whenever you have delay in wound healing, whenever there is lack of healing mechanism that is happening, or your gums are bleeding and you are having these symptoms of gum infections and long lasting wounds, then definitely it can be vitamin C deficiency. So this symptom can match to this vitamin deficiency. So having fruits that are rich in vitamin C and vitamin C supplements can also be very, very helpful. The least expensive vitamin C that is available is a lemon, and is a citrus fruit that you can have. So these can take care of your vitamin C deficiencies, and they can give you the necessary vitamin C and take care of the complaints. Now we have, in a similar way, irregular heartbeats, which can also mimic the calcium deficiency, and also decrease in night vision, that can also be vitamin A deficiency. So every vitamin deficiency has one symptom and sign in the body that are majorly manifested. All that you have to have is look into the problem, and rather than taking painkillers for pain, you should look into the reason behind the pain, reason behind the hair loss, reason behind the burning feet and burning tongue, and take care of that condition rather than popping in some temporary relief. So our body reflects whatever it has been given. Whether if it is given health, it will reflect health. If it is given any deficiency, it will reflect the deficiency in the form of symptoms and signs. All that you have to do is recognize and take care in the long run. So health is around us, and to be vigilant is everybody's right. Please like and share, and do follow my YouTube channel. Thank you.